Hello everybody, here I am to make a paranormal video. I bet you all thought I would never be back here to make paranormal videos again, but I did tell you guys I would, so thank you for everybody who just waited patiently and had faith in me because it's so nice of you guys. So I was thinking a little bit about what I used to do in the past when I used to make videos, and I realized that I never really dug deep and gave you like a well-researched this is that. What I used to do is I used to talk a little bit about a topic, give you my opinion, ask you guys to give me your opinions in the comments or if you had any experiences in the same thing. So I was trying to drive myself crazy to find the time to do research on topics. Something in my head went off and said, hey, just say what you know about certain things. This is paranormal. It's pretty much all a hypothesis right now because nothing's really been proven one way or another with things. So that's what we're going to do today. And of course we're going to talk about black-eyed kids because I think that's one of the most requested things I've had on my channel as far as paranormal go. I have my Sasquatch notebook, but I was looking through it and I don't know if there's anything in there I haven't talked about yet. I have to go through my older videos and see. It's just been so long. I mean, you gotta think about it, my older videos are 4 years old now. So I apologize for that, but I will look through, and if there's any ghost stories that I haven't told, I will tell you guys. So, now to talk about black-eyed children. I think mostly everybody who will watch this video knows generally what they are. Basically, what it's defined as right now is an urban legend because, as I said, it hasn't been proven. Nobody has caught one of those little son of a bitches yet. I have a very bad, towards them, so I'm going to call them all sorts of bad names right now and in this video. But basically what they are is an urban legend. It's really become popular in the last 10 years or so. Some people say it started in the late 90s, but there are stories way back in the 1950s of people encountering these beings. And what they are is they're children. And most of the time they're between like the ages of 5 and 13, somewhere in between there, and they're just children who look like children, but they have solid black eyes. So not just their irises, but their whole eyes with the white part. I don't remember what that's called right now. I'm sure somebody will tell me I'm an idiot because I don't know that, but you know. So the entire eye is just solid black. And what these little buggers like to do is they like to go up to adults, but there are encounters where they have approached children as well, but normally it's told that they go up to adults. Either they encounter you in public, like a parking lot, or they will ring your doorbell. And when you see them, they're normally not dressed as you and I would be dressed in modern clothes. They're usually dressed very awkwardly. Either it's winter and they're wearing shorts, or even way back in the 1800s, kind of like you'd see in Amish country. So first of all, when you open your door to them, you see them and you're like, why are they dressed like that? But you're also struck with a very, 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 very bad feeling. Now, I'm just telling you this because this is how the stories are told. I have never encountered one, thank God. So you open your door to them or they approach you and you're struck with this just overwhelming sense of, I don't want to be around these things. And what they normally are doing is asking you to be invited in either your car, if they're approaching your car, or be invited into your house. And of course, because you're feeling the, I guess, fight or flight kind of feeling, maybe, you don't want to let them in. So you tell them, no, I'm not going to let you in. They're probably asking you, I need to use your phone because I can't get a hold of my mom, I'm lost, whatever. And you say, well, where's your cell phone? Because it's the year 2015 and we all have cell phones. And they're, oh, we don't have a cell phone. Or my little brother here is sick and I need to use your bathroom. And you're just like, you don't want to let them in. So you're pretty much like, I'm not going to let these little bastards in because they're probably demons and they have really black eyes. And you close your door, but they're persistent. So they will knock on your door. Now you're hiding because fuck that, right? And they start knocking on your windows, and if you're going into the other room, they'll follow you around the house, knocking on windows and doors, and just a nightmare, okay? I'm just picking pieces here and there from stories I've heard of black-eyed kids. I'm not going to tell one specific story because there are so many out there, and I've heard stories, like I said in the beginning of the video, Darkness Radio, The Campfire, all those stories. I've heard black-eyed kid stories, and I've read some in a book I'm going to show you guys later on. So basically, that's what happens in a black-eyed kid encounter. They do try to get you in your car sometimes. So basically, they just harass the shit out of you until they go away. Nobody knows what they are. Nobody knows if they're real. I'm not going to say they're real because I've never seen one, thank God, because if I see one, I'm probably going to just drop dead of a heart attack because they scared the shit out of me. A lot of people like to say that they are demons because in pop culture, when we see movies with demons, they are people, but they have solid black eyes. Some people like to say that they're alien hybrids because, you know, they have the big black solid eyes, aliens do. And a lot of people hypothesize that they are the alien hybrids of you. So, in other words, if one came to my house, it'd be like, let me in. And I'd be like, oh, okay. But the alien hybrid hypothesis is that an alien once mated with me, I was pregnant, and then it took the fetus, and the black-eyed kid is my child. I would just not want... Ew, you know? A lot of people say that when you encounter them, it's a trick, and it's people who've gotten contact lenses on the internet, and they're playing a joke on you and scaring the shit out of you. People say that for kids to be able to afford such a good contact lens is not likely, and I don't know. And they say they really can't see out of them when they cover the whole eye. I don't ever have contact lenses like that, so I can't say, but I'm just telling you what the theories are. Of course, we have theories that they are vampires, ghosts, goblins, boogeyman, whatever, but all I can say about it is, because I've never encountered one, is that I never want to encounter one. I can't say 100% for sure that I believe that they're real because I haven't seen one, and I do know that people have actually put stories out there on forums for the paranormal, have gotten people hooked in on their stories, and then, you know, months or weeks later told them, I just made this story up to make you people believe me and to show you that you will believe anything. One really super good story on the black-eyed kids that is circling the internet and has been for a couple of years now, I think since maybe 2008, I'm not too sure, is a story about a man who went camping and he encountered the black-eyed kids at the base camp, and they followed him all through the woods. I read that story and it scared the living shit out of me, and then I found out it was fake and I was so pissed off because I was like, this was the scariest damn story I've ever read, but it's a fake. So I think when it comes to black-eyed kids, you have to make your own decisions on whether you're going to believe whether this is a true paranormal encounter or not. It could be an urban legend, it could be true. I don't know. I can't say for sure right now whether it is or not. Like I tell you guys with everything, right now, I believe in ghosts because I've encountered them. I want to say I believe in UFOs because I've seen UFOs and aliens. I've never seen like a real alien, but I believe that they're flying them when I see them. But as far as black-eyed kids go, I can't say that I truly believe in them until I see them, and I pray to God that I never see them because they scare the shit out of me. Just the premises and the thought of them. I want you guys, if you've had a true black-eyed kid encounter, to tell me in the comments or send me a message. And if you send me a message with your encounter, I can tell everybody in my next video if you'd like me to do that. But please don't lie to me and make shit up because, you know, that's not nice. It's not funny. I'm going to recommend you guys read a book on black-eyed kids if you're interested in this phenomenon. And it's The Black-Eyed Children by David Weatherly. David Weatherly is known as the father of the black-eyed children expert, whatever you want to call him, in the paranormal field. This is a very good book. If you go on Amazon and you try to find this book, it's like $83, or I've seen some for $2,000 on there. You need to go right to his publisher to get this for about $20, and it's Leprechaun Press. So just Google Leprechaun Press and you'll be able to find it for about $20. It's a very, very, very good book. It details so many encounters with the black-eyed kids, tells all the theories. He is a very well-researched person on the black-eyed kids theory, hypothesis, whatever you want to call it. I actually did a course on Jim Harold's Paranormal Plus Club where he did a seminar on it. It was interesting, but honestly, if you read the book, you didn't need to do the course because He told you everything you needed to know in this. I think I did say that I wasn't going to share any stories really of the black-eyed kids that I read online, but I did want to make a point of saying, because I believe I told you that they never really get in, people don't let them in because they have that gripping fear when they encounter them, and they just have that response, don't let them in. One of the most popular stories that goes around, I heard it on every single radio talk show there is on the paranormal, is when a mother and son stopped at a convenience store, gas station after school one day after she was picking him up, and the mother ran in for like a carton of milk or whatever and left the son in the car. So when she came back from getting her milk, she got back in the car and she looked in the rearview mirror to see the son, and there was another child in the back seat. Of course, she locked eyes with the child and he had solid black eyes. So she got that gripping fear, ran out of the car, ran into the gas station, told the attendant, you know, oh my god, there's a demon child or whatever in the backseat of my car. Called the husband, was panicking. I don't remember, she left the kid in the car, and you know, she was freaking out. So what happened was, and they say this is what happens to you when they get into your personal space and you let them in. When they all came back out, the gas station attendant or the convenience store attendant went with her. The kid was gone. But the husband came down because she called him. He drove her car, I believe, and she drove his car or whatever. And the husband ended up getting in a car accident, and the child who was in the car ended up getting very sick and was hospitalized. He didn't die, everybody survived. But they had a terrible run-in with bad luck over the next couple months after they encountered this black-eyed child. So with that being said, and hearing that story, it kind of makes one think that maybe they're there to say you're going to encounter some real shit luck in the next couple of months or whatever. Maybe they're there to predict and to warn you of some kind of bad upcoming luck, kind of like some people say the Hat Man, when he shows up, it's kind of there to tell you you're going to encounter some bad things. I do see online, and I've been going, you know, I have my tablet here, I've been going through and seeing if there's any other interesting stories that I might be missing that I want to note in this video. And I do see that there are a lot of stories that are coming out in the last couple of, you know, year or so, where people do say they let the children in. I'm going to leave that up to you guys. Like I said, you can use your judgment whether you believe these stories or not. I don't know how true they are. I don't know what to believe when it comes to this. All I know is I've never seen one. I've never encountered one. I've encountered some crazy, freaking scary people. I used to work in a grocery store, and there was one time, and it was on Halloween, and I don't know if this person just wanted to scare the shit out of me or what, but I was working in a bakery, and I went to help somebody get them a pastry out of the case or whatever, and they locked eyes with me, and they wouldn't let go of my eyes, and they were hissing at me, and it scared the shit out of me. And to this day, I mean, that happened 10 years ago maybe, I will never forget that person. I've never seen them again. It was in the town that I live in, and something about them was not right. So I mean, they didn't have black eyes, but that's kind of the feeling I get that you would get when you see the black-eyed children. As far as ever hearing a black-eyed children story in my area, I do know that my niece went to a kind of like a ghost club meeting she goes to at the local library. I don't go to them because I haven't had the time to go to one yet with her, but I want to go to one maybe one day. She did say that somebody at the ghost club meeting had a black-eyed kid encounter, and it was in my county. It was at the Delaware Water Gap, and that's where, you know, my county, it's kind of far from where I live though. And he was in his kayak, I think, on the Delaware River, and he saw a kid standing on the bank of the Delaware River, and he approached the kid on his kayak to see if he was okay, and he saw the kid had solid black eyes, so he's like, you know, fuck this, I'm gonna row away. He rowed away from the kid, and I believe it was, you know, upstream a little ways, he saw the little bugger again. So he doesn't know how the kid could have got there that fast. I don't know if you guys ever been to the Delaware River or any other big river for that matter. They move pretty fast. I almost fell in there when I was a teenager, and if I did, I probably would have died. But he doesn't know how the kid got, you know, ahead of him unless he grew wings and flew, or was a demon and was going to kill him. Anyways, so that's like the only near me story I've ever heard of a black-eyed kid. there is one other story I like to kind of note before I end the video. I know it's kind of long and I kind of probably just rambled on, but I know you guys are excited to see me, I hope. There was a story from back in the 1950s, and I think it's important to note this story because most people say that the black-eyed kids is a recent phenomenon, and it's a made-up phenomenon that came with the popularity of the internet, but there's a story that goes way back in the 1950s when a child was walking home. He was about 12 years old, I think, and this kind of goes off the normality of the black-eyed kids stories where they always approach adults. And he was walking home, and on the way home he encountered a black-eyed kid, and he got the same gripping feeling, the same feeling that this kid's gonna mess me up if I don't get away from him, and he was terrified, and of course he ran home. And when he got home, he told, I think he was living with his grandparents or his mother or somebody, said, you know, all these stories have a different kind of twist to them, and you hear them from different people, so that's why they're legends. Just saying. But when he got there, whoever was there, the woman told him that was the devil that you encountered, or a demon, you know, and they were just terrified. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that it goes farther back than the internet. So people have been having encounters with these black-eyed beings for a long time. So I think if you guys do your own research online, you're going to find a lot of skepticism when it comes to black-eyed kids. A lot of people love to tear it apart, and not a lot of people believe in it. I want to see them to believe them, but I don't want to see them, so I'm kind of just on the fence about it. I'm on the fence about Bigfoot too, but I want to believe in him, so it's kind of like that with that. By the way, speaking of Bigfoot, did you guys see the new episode of Finding Bigfoot in New Jersey? They were actually where I live, in Sussex County, so it was cool to see that, wasn't it? I know I'm totally off topic, but I wanted to mention that in this video. I was so excited to see you guys again and mention that. So if you guys are fans of Finding Bigfoot and you saw that area of New Jersey where all the rednecks are with the cowboy hats and the cowboy boots, and you're like, are we down south or are we up north? That's where I live. Go Sussex County. Anyway, so like I said, like Bigfoot and the aliens abducting me, I want to see them to believe them, but I'm kind of on the fence about it right now. Also, I just wanted to note that I did read in the book by David Weatherly that some people did have encounters with the black-eyed kids where they weren't approaching them, that they kind of see them off to the distance and they're kind of just lurking around trees and in the shadows but watching people. You hear that less commonly, but that doesn't make it any, less creepy. I think that's kind of more creepy than just, hey, I'm gonna approach you, like, why are you lurking around looking at me? Stop that. I think I would have a poop in my pants if I saw that. That's really gross. As for me, I've never encountered a black-eyed kid, like I said, but there have been times where, and it's just my imagination getting away with me, where I would be like, I would just be sitting in a car. Like my husband, one time we were out to dinner and we were by the local animal shelter and one got loose, a dog, and he's like, I'm gonna help save this dog. So he left me in the car, and the only thing I could think of after like 10 minutes he was gone is, if a black-eyed kid approaches me, what the hell am I gonna do? And I was just sitting in the parking lot by myself. It was empty and I'm like, they're gonna get me. It's just that your imagination gets away from you when you're like into the paranormal, like we are, I think. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes, and not all the time. I mean, it's not like every time my doorbell rings, I'm like, I gotta get a knife in case this bastard's a black-eyed kid. I don't approach the UPS man every time he rings the doorbell. What do you want? But sometimes when you read some stuff, you gotta, you're on alert. It's creepy. So I hope you guys enjoyed my video. I think it's a little rusty because it's my first one back, but share with everybody your opinions and thoughts on the black-eyed kids. I'm really hoping and praying to God they're not real, but it's always a possibility. I know that, and I believe that there is a whole plane of existence out there that we don't understand, and there are things that we can't even imagine that are on there. So maybe they're just one of those things that are out there, and I hope they never come to my house because I'll be really scared, and I hope I have a knife when they do. So that's it, and like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed my video, and I will be back absolutely making paranormal videos. Please request things. Tell me what you'd like to see me talk about, and I'll be on the lookout for things to do for you guys too. So thanks for watching, and again, I missed you guys, and I'm glad to be back making these kinds of videos. Bye! And watching paranormal. God damn it.